I've been playing, and I played this a couple of weeks back as well. This is one of my games I finished this year, but I haven't talked about it yet. So I've been playing a game that I finished quite a couple of months back now, and I haven't talked about it yet, but it kind of slots into this as a different style of game. I could have talked about Toki today, actually. I haven't quite finished it, but as it's very like Blazing Chrome, I'll save that for next week. I played this game called Agent A Puzzle in Disguise. It's this interactive puzzle game, basically, with this weak thread of a story going through it. You play as Agent A, and this killer, an agent operative called Ruby LaRogue, has killed your boss right at the beginning. And I mean, like, it's the opening cinematic. Your boss is on a yacht, and the yacht blows up. So you're sent to track down this Ruby LaRogue to her house. Wow, you know where she lives. So you basically walk up to the front door of her house, and the rest of the game plays like a dungeon crawler in a way, in that kind of visual aspect. I mean, you've got a static screen in front of you, and you can interact with it because it's all touch screen based. You can interact with it, touch this touch screen to solve certain puzzles on the screen. And then, for example, if there's a staircase in the background, you touch on the staircase, you kind of have a slight animation as you zoom into the staircase, and then up the staircase to the next thing. So you're maneuvering around the house by touching, and you're touching objects in the house as well. And this house is full of traps, lots and lots of traps, lots and lots of puzzles, some very esoteric, some very simple. And the story's told through 5 chapters, which only one of them doesn't feel linked to the rest of the chapters. So basically it's this big house, and as you work your way through the house, you end up going to the back of the house and down into the beach, which is out of the back, and across to a lighthouse. And there's also the kind of a 4th level, I think it was a 3rd level in sequence. You end up in a trap, basically, and you've got a small little enclosed space, and you've got to work your way out through numerous traps. The kind of things which this does good is the way it links the puzzles together. Each puzzle doesn't feel like a standalone solution because of the puzzles themselves are standalone. But from what you get of it, out of solving a puzzle, it means that you get something that you can use on another puzzle to start that puzzle off, or to help you finish that puzzle. And each puzzle then is basically linked to another puzzle, which is linked to another puzzle, linked to another puzzle. For example, let me think of an example here. You break into the house. This is an easy puzzle, for example. To get into the house in the beginning, you touch a plant, which is like a plant pot outside the house. You tip it over. The key is underneath. You tap the key to pick it up. You tap then on the lock, and you open the door. That's the most simple thing that you can ever imagine. But then they kind of link together. For example, there's a cat sitting blocking what seems to be a round piece of glass. It's like, obviously I need that round piece of glass in the future. You go to try and grab that round piece of glass, the cat scratches you. You see this cat on chapter 1. It isn't until, I think, chapter 2, and at least at the end of chapter 2, that you find that by draining water through turning switches and using corks to block water flow, you're able to drain the water of a pool, which reveals some fish bones. Then you take the fish bones all the way back to the cat. You give the cat the fish bones. The cat then jumps off the sofa he's on at the moment, distracts the cat. You can grab that piece of glass, which turns out is the missing lens for a telescope. That telescope that lens then goes into the telescope. You fit the telescope. You'll end up looking at a lighthouse in the distance, which has got a code on it, which opens a safe. The safe is open. Inside the safe is something else. So all these puzzles end up linking together in a way which is quite intuitive, actually, and it never leaves you. There's a couple of puzzles which are, I have no idea the way that they want me to think about this puzzle, until you look it up and it's like, that's what they were getting at. Everything does have a solution, to the point of that the vast majority of the game then is a little bit too easy. So I flew through the game, 4 hours, There's not that many dialogue bits and pieces in it. Between each chapter, there is a little bit of dialogue, and they're badly optimized, to be honest. There's a little bit of screen tearing. The game itself, when you're playing it, fine, no problems. But the little animation cutscenes, they are really, really badly optimized. This is a game which was ported from mobile devices, and I can understand that it would fit perfectly on mobile devices, just like it does on the Switch touchscreen. I didn't even trying to manipulate it with the analog sticks, and I don't think it can, to be honest, but maybe it can. Fun, a little fiddly, because once you've worked out a puzzle, you're going to have to go through a number of scenes to get to where you want to, and it's loading everyone in every time. Not too much of a fuss, but a little bit fiddly. Nothing too taxing, apart from maybe 2 or 3 puzzles towards the end. Fun, if you see it for a sale, and you like this kind of little puzzler, well worth. I think I paid about £4 for it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.